Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temitope and the name of this channel is Kike Special. In this channel I film about marriage, lifestyle, motherhood, and I'm a new immigrant in the UK, so I film about my lifestyle in the UK and how I am trying to settle in the UK. If this is your first time coming across this channel, please do also subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel rather, and like this video, share this video. If this is the type of content you'd like to watch, please stick around and turn on your post notifications so you know whenever I post a new video. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. Thanks for always coming back. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for all your support. I see the comments, I see the likes. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. So let's dive right into the video. From the title, you already know what I'll be talking about today. I'm talking about our like it's 5 months we got to the UK now. We got into the UK January 26th, 2023, and today is July 1st, 2023. So it's like 5 months on the dot that we got to the UK. So our life updates, how we have tried to settle in and cope, and how we are still coping, and a tragic event that happened to us when a fellow Nigerian called the police on us at 3:20 a.m. in the, let's say, morning or midnight. We were sleeping and we just heard the knock of the police. And I'll go right into the video, but let me just start from the beginning so you understand where I am coming from and my story. So when we're coming to the UK, we had actually spent a lot because I didn't pay my tuition fee with Form A. I paid with black market, and black market rate then was moving mad. Form A did not debit me like after a month, 2 months, and time was already going, so I won't miss cars and the likes. So I paid with black market. It was time to pay IHS fee and visa fee for a family of three, and exchange rate was 998 naira per pound. And when we started this process, exchange rate was just about 720 to pounds. So all our calculation and budget was with 720. On coming down, we paid with black market, as in fact times two. Like if I was supposed to pay with Form A, I was supposed to pay with 1.6 million naira for 3,000 pounds, but I didn't use Form A. So using black market, I paid 2.960. That's like double of it, almost 3 million, just 40,000 naira to be 3 million. And when it was time to pay HS fee, exchange rate was 998, and it was like almost double of what we actually had planned. So like all our money went to this processing and everything. So we didn't even have extra money for accommodation. Okay, apart from flights and foodstuffs we're bringing and essentials you need to bring to the UK. After buying all those things and booking flights and everything, we did not have much. So there wasn't even money for accommodation, because normally when you're coming to the UK, you're supposed to come with money for accommodation to get an apartment for you to settle in fast. Some people stay in Airbnb for about 3 weeks, 1 month before they're able to get an accommodation. Some people have family or friends they stay with. And luckily for us, we had like a family friend that allowed us to stay with them for a while. And while coming, we had plans that, oh, we're going to stay like about 2 months there. So at least before the end of that 2 months, we would have gotten a job. You know, now, if you have watched my cultural shock video, you understand what I'm trying to say. When they tell you that when you get to the UK, immediately you get a job, you start working. So I found that when we get to the UK, before 1 week, we should start working. And before 1 month, we should have gathered money for house rent and we'll get a house and we'll move. You know, now when you're just imagining those things in your head and stories just keep coming and like, I'll do it like this, I'll do it like this. So reality came in, and then we got into the UK. Okay, now we came to the UK with £400, like home and abroad. £400 was the money we came into the UK. Before coming, we already booked our train from the airport. My school is in Manchester, but that my our family friend I talked about staying in Birmingham. If you have been following my video, you will know that I stayed in Birmingham for a while before moving. So we already booked our train to Birmingham from London because we landed at Heathrow Airport. That was the day we're supposed to travel January 23rd. That was the day Narik went on strike, and we just got to the airport very early in the morning. Bam, nobody's allowed to go in. They're on strike, and we already booked train. And you know the way train is here now. We didn't even know if we could apply for refund or anything. So the train ticket, and we booked like the train ticket for three of us, like 84 pounds. We booked it from Nigeria, 84 pounds, and that's how we just missed the train. And the flight we took was not like the next day. We were supposed to land in UK January 24th, but we now landed in UK January 26th. So we missed the train. So we now had to take like Uber, because even after getting to Heathrow, we're trying to book like train or National Express, but nothing was coming. Like we didn't really understand how the system was going. They were just telling us this, that. So I said, well, let's just take cab. So as God we have it, we saw a cabman that was really, really, really nice to us. And we saw another family that was going to Birmingham. So he carried both of us, and we both paid £150 each. Instead of one person paying like £300, like the normal Uber rate charge, and just told us to pay £150 and the other family £150, and just took us to Birmingham. So from our £400, we have taken £150 to cab. So we are left with £250. On getting to Birmingham, we thought Birmingham was closer to Manchester. Like we just go there, get our BRP, come back, start looking for work. The next day, I wanted to book train to Manchester, and one person to and fro is about £42. So for a family of three, the small child will not pay for train ticket, but you still have to book ours. So for a family of three, we paid about £90 for train tickets to Manchester to get our BRP. So 250 minus 90, we are left with £160. So now remaining we're going to cope with £160. So we started the job hunt. We're looking for a job, applied different types of job, looking for agency. Unfortunately, like they will not even call you for interview, talk more of telling you that you've gone to the interview stage, or let's say you even went to the interview and you just fucked up and they did not give you the job. Like we did not even get to interview stage. 2 weeks in UK, nothing was coming forth, and we're spending, and classes had already started. So I was taking out of the money, book train, book bus to class, and the money kept days remaining 120 pounds. Tomorrow is remaining £100. I'm like, hey, I've not gotten job, nothing, nothing. But thank God for this family that like took us in, they fed us, like we didn't even have anything to worry about. But the transport fare from Birmingham to Manchester was really a lot. And they were also having like, I don't know how to explain. I don't want to go deep down into it. So we just had to leave Birmingham as soon as possible because the transport fare to Manchester was really a lot. And my plan was to get, our plan was to get an apartment in Manchester. We have not even gotten a job 1 month in the UK. No job, nothing. We're just sleeping and waking up and applying, and nothing was showing for. So like, okay, let's look for an apartment. Let's move to Manchester. I was already looking for apartments in Manchester. We did not get like, and I remembered when I got this offer, my school sent a mail that there's really no apartments in Manchester. That if they even wanted some of us to defer to September because they said the housing in Manchester is really choking at the moment, and there's no vacancies. Even school hostels is full and everything. They sent that mail that we should not bother looking for houses in Manchester. We should try Bolton, Rochdale, Liverpool, Warrington. I saw, so I remember they said Liverpool. So I said, okay, let's check. I tried to check Bolton. I checked houses in Bolton, houses in Liverpool. I was searching, and as God would have it, my friend that stays in Liverpool, because her school is in Chester, she saw like a shared apartment for us. The lady stays there with her family. She's a Nigerian, and she said the whole house is £750. So I told my friend that we're looking for a two-bedroom apartment. So she now told the lady that we're looking for a two-bedroom. The lady now said she stays in a three-bedroom and she uses just one room. Her husband is going back to Nigeria and she has two kids. That she's using one room that we can take the two-bedroom. Then my friend told me, I said, if we're staying in a shared apartment, there's no point using two rooms while she's using one room. That one room is just okay for that, because even my daughter will not stay in the other room. It's just because of the rules here that you cannot have a child and stay in like a self-con or studio. That's why I said two bed. It's not like I necessarily needed that two-bedroom apartment. She now said okay, so she gave me the lady's contact. I spoke to the lady myself. I said okay, since we want just one room, we should be paying £350 for rent. I was like, okay, since she's a Nigerian, that we would get to know each other. And in fact, a lot of people do these things here. A shared apartment, like um, three-bedroom flats. Three people will be staying in the flat, and each person will just be in their rooms, share kitchen, share bedroom, and share the living area. Sometimes it just depends. So I'm moving into the apartment. We moved from from Manchester, Birmingham to Liverpool. Moved from Birmingham to Liverpool. So when it was time to pay the rent, we did not have any money. So we just had to source for funds, called home, and just the money just came in one way or the other, and God just sorted it for us. And we moved in to the apartment. Okay, 350 should not be bad. Even if we have not gotten a job in the next 1 month, we should still be able to gather another 350, maybe from Nigeria, our businesses in Nigeria and everything. So we moved into the apartment. We moved into the house February 22. We moved into the house February 22 with the lady. So everything was going smooth and well. When we got in, she shared the space in the kitchen. She shared the fridge space and the freezer space. She gave me the freezer space had like 4 steps. She gave me 2 steps. She took 2 steps, and the kitchen space she gave me one cupboard area. I just put our things there. The remaining ones that couldn't stay there, we're using the room. So I was as invisible as possible in that house. Then it's like an house, not an apartment. So the eating system, then it was still during winter, February. The eating system was like the control is in her room. So she's the one that controls the heater. She puts it on at her own time, put it off at her own time. Whenever she wants to bathe her children, she'll put the heater on so that the house will be warm before they finish having their bath. So they will not go into a cold room. If the weather is now stable, she'll put it off back. Sometimes in the evening, like 4 p.m., when it's really cold, she'll put the heater on. And she told me that she will be putting the heater on at 9 p.m. in the night and put it off at 12 a.m. just to manage electricity bill and the rest. I said, okay, no problem. Let's see how it goes. As time went by, day, the first day, we used the heater, and the house is like pay as you go, like prepaid. So it is the amount you buy on it that you would use. So she said she used to buy just £10. Now I said, okay, no problem. If you buy £10 today, when it's finished, I'll buy £10 next, and like that. We continued. So the next day, like we moved into the house today. The next day, she did not put on the heaters at 9 p.m. and I was really cold. My daughter was really, really cold. I told her. So I now told my husband that this one that she has not put on the heater, should I remind her if she has forgotten? My husband said no, I should just leave her. So I wore jacket for my daughter in the room. I was putting on jacket. All of us were cold. We could not sleep. Because now when you are really not comfortable, we could not sleep. 10 p.m., 10:30. I was like, I can't take it again. So I now sent her a text on WhatsApp. She did not reply. I now called her that I sent her a text on WhatsApp. She now said, oh, that she's not with her phone. There's anything the problem. I said the heater is not on. That maybe she forgot to put it on. Or and sometimes she can this heater eating system works in a way that she can put on the heater in her room alone, and the one in our room won't work. So we won't even know if she's using it behind our backs or not. But we're not even concerned as long as we are comfortable. So she now said, I said, maybe you have forgotten. She now said, no, that the gas has finished. You know that electricity bill is different, gas bill is different. She now said the gas has finished and it's gas that works with heater. She now said, gas has finished. That why didn't she tell me? She now said, the one we used after we moved into the house has finished. That we are the one that is supposed to buy the next one. I said, you didn't tell me. I didn't know gas has finished. Like, I've never done this before. And Birmingham I'm coming from, we don't use the heating system in the house. We just use the normal electric heater that you plug in. That's so I don't know how this one works. That you should have told me now. Everywhere is cold. I can't cope. I can't sleep. She now said, ah, she didn't know. She thought I knew. How do you expect me to know? You're the one in charge. You're the one that switches this thing on. I don't even know if the my husband said I should not talk. So I didn't even say anything, but I was pissed. Like, so I was sleeping this cold like this. You should have just said, ah, gas has finished, so it's your turn. Then if I don't now buy it, that's when you have a point. You did not tell me, you did not tell us, just left us to sleep. I was like, wait, is this how she and her children will sleep in the cold too? Just because she didn't want to tell us. In my mind, I was like, no, it's not possible. It's either she's switching on the heater in her own room or something. But something you are not sure of. I'm this kind of person that if I'm not sure of something, if I don't catch you like this, I will not talk. So we continued like that. Ita gas will finish sometimes. She will not tell me. We will sleep in cold. You know, like we started getting used to sleeping in the cold. My daughter will wear like two or three clothes. I will put rub on her chest, on her nose. She started having running nose. She was coughing. Like the cough was now getting really serious. That I'll go to. We will not be at home. We'll just come back and meet the heater on. That means when we are not home, she has been using the heater. Not once, not twice. We just come back and say, "Ah, this room is warm. Like, what's up?" And that's that she has been using. So most times she uses this heater mostly. She put on the heater when she wants to beat her child. I've never told her, please put on the heater. I want to beat my child. I'll just beat her, wear clothes for her, sharp, sharp, thick clothes. So like I was just trying to be as invisible as possible, not to inconvenience her. And before moving to the house, I told her, do you want to um put somebody in the third room? She now said no, she'll be using the room. I said okay, it's fine. If she told me she was going to put somebody in the room, I wouldn't have accepted because once we get too much in the house, problems will start coming up. And you have kids, you're a family woman, I'm a family woman, like three family people, or in fact, it's only singles that can stay together in shared apartment like that and not have issues. After like a week or 2 weeks, that's what she just told me. She put somebody in the third room. Like the person wants to squat with her. The person has accommodation issues, so she wants to assist the person. That's why the person is in the third room. So I'm like, you did not tell me before putting the person. You did not tell me before accepting somebody. At least we are paying the rent together. But I didn't even say anything. I said, okay, it's fine. It's not my house. As long as the person is not sleeping on my head, it's not my concern. So the person started complaining of look when the person now came, the person was using my stuff. The person didn't have what do you want? Take. Take. Yeah. When the person, oh my god, sorry for that. When the person came, the person didn't have anything to use in the kitchen, pots, plates, or in fact spoons, everything. The person was practically using my pot, my plate, everything, and I didn't even have an issue with it until I noticed that my non-stick pan, she was using iron spoon. Even me that I'm using the non-stick pot, I don't use iron spoon on it. It was now having scratches. I don't know if you understand when you use iron spoon on non-stick pan. So I was not really happy with it. And I told the girl, like the owner of the house, please, this person that you said is cotton, she has been using my stuff all this while, and I didn't even complain. But please, this is my pot, and I don't want it to spoil. I don't want it to scratch, please. And things are expensive in the UK. I've not gotten a job. All the money I'm spending in this UK is naira. Practically, it's practical like naira. I change naira to pounds, right? For my business in Nigeria, my husband's business. So we are just managing how much is naira. If you change 100K, you're getting just 100 pounds. Before you know it, 3 days, 4 days, 100 pounds are finished. It's not like Nigeria that you can manage 100K for 2 weeks or the likes. That's so she should please. I said, okay, she'll speak to the lady. So she called the lady in my parents and spoke to the lady. Ah, please don't touch this person's things. These are not her things. I was like, no, I didn't say she should not touch it, but she should not use iron spoon on my pot and the like. And I said, no problem. She's not telling the girl that, and the girl was using my cupboard space. And I told her that this cupboard space is not even okay for me. She's now moving my things. Like if I put, for example, if I put this thing on the down part of the cupboard, she'll put it up, like put my things together and put her own things down. Not like this is my cupboard space now. That since she's cutting it, she's supposed to be using your space, not mine. That even this space is not okay for me. You're now removing my things from where I put it in another place. That I don't. That is not really done. So when she called that lady now said, am I not supposed to have my own cupboard space in this house? Maybe we are staying together. So there I sensed that something is wrong. You that you are squatting with somebody, if the person tells you, "Ah, please don't do this, I'm living with somebody, so let's not inconvenience the person, let's do it this way." You are not supposed to say, "I'm supposed to have my cupboard space now." So I sensed something was wrong. I didn't say anything. I didn't even give both of them a response. She was not like playing with the girl that, be you are a single person. What how many space do you need? That kind of things. Person too just kept quiet and didn't say anything. Take. So I went, so my freezer space, like the two space, was not really occupied. So I went to African market, I bought fish, I bought meat, like I bought a lot of things and I needed my freezer space. So when I got there, I saw that this lady has put like chicken and pork in my freezer space. And now like I knocked her door. I noticed she was not around, so I removed it and put my stuff. Because let me get space. You cannot be removing my things or be moving my things to put your things. It's not done. The person that you are squatting with, you're supposed to be using her space, not mine. But anytime I'm not really using the thing or I don't really have issues with what she has moved, I don't complain. But now I cannot inconvenience myself, put my fish and all my things in the fridge instead of freezer. When the other person you're squatting with has her own freezer space. So I now removed the stuff. So when the girl came back, I was like, I'm about to tell you, I removed your stuff. She said, why will I remove her stuff? Is she not supposed to have a space in the freezer? Like, are you not supposed like as how? And I said, sorry, please let me ask. Did you pay for this house? She said, yes, she paid. So apparently she paid £200 for her room. If the whole house is £750, we are paying £350. This other lady is paying £200. That's 550. Then the owner of the house is paying just 200, and she's using the biggest room. She's the one controlling the house. Like, I was so pissed and angry. My husband just said, don't say anything, don't even let her know you know the other lady is paying. It is her house. She can put as many people as she wants in the house and call. In fact, she can even use it to do business and tell all of you to be paying £1,000. If you're not comfortable with it, to leave her house. I said, okay, fine. That the only problem I have is that I asked her before coming that, will you rent the other room to another person? He said no. That, and these are the type of issues I'm trying to avoid. That's why I don't want us to be too much in the house. But I didn't say anything. So the eating system was still going on, and I was not really okay with it. And I noticed she had an electric heater in her room, the one you plug. But I don't know if she uses it or not. And there are times that 2 nights straight she will not put on the heater, and I will not want to talk because I don't want issues. So I also went to buy an electric heater that I can plug light. The day they delivered the heater, I don't know. I went to work. Okay, at that time I got a job. So I went to work. Like that was like my first week in the work. So when I came back, she said my husband told me that she came to knock the door that she wants to check some. Yeah, there's rats in the house. So there's one hole where rat is to pass. And I told her that there's one hole where rat is to pass in our room. I just told her like we're gisting on there. I just told her. So she now said she has called the agent to come and check it. So she wants to snap the hole to the agent. That's why she went to knock. And that day they just delivered the heater that we bought. When she came in, she saw the heater on the floor. I don't even. I can't remember if she said anything to my husband. Oh God, Jay, stop. Sorry for the breaking transmission. So, what I was saying, I can't remember what she said to my husband. When I came, my husband just told me everything. And while me and my husband was talking, like, she has seen it, she has seen it. Not new, there's nothing you can do about it. So she now dropped a message for me. You are dishonest. You are you are dishonest. You are clinical. Your rent expires, and that like all these things I'm saying is still within 1 month of when you moved. Though I had not renewed our rent. You're dishonest. I can't remember the words she used. I'm recording with my phone now. I would have read that message from WhatsApp. Yeah, dishonest. I don't like what you have been doing. So you've had heater in the house, allowing me waste money on electricity. I'm paying the bill. Can I come? Like, and your rent expires in 8 days or in 9 days. Please move out once your rent expires. Blah blah blah. And I replied to the text that okay, no problem. Now, firstly, this heater just got delivered today. So don't say it's the heater that is making the light to get like the electricity bill to get exhausted in every time. No, just deliver this thing today, and we've not even used it or even tested it. You saw the carton, everything, the way Amazon delivered it, it was on the floor. So you cannot tell me that that's what it is. That if you want to check the date or the time it was delivered, you can come and check it. The receipt is there. That's so. we've not been using it for long. We just ordered it, and it's because you don't let us know when the gas has exhausted or anything. Sometimes you just go mute and leave it. Like, I'm not a fool now. Are you sleeping in the cold with your kids? No, it's because you have another option. That's why once the gas gets exhausted, you never even tell us, you not care, you just stay in your room, and things are not done like that now. You put people in the house with you, you should be able to relate with them like family, and let's do it this way, let's do this way. But no, she takes decision on her own, she doesn't care. So when she was now getting the back and forth, I was like, even if you want me to leave your house, you give me time to look for house. You know the way looking for house in the UK is. I'm not saying I will not live here, and I'm not going to live here forever. That if that's the issue, if you want me to leave, maybe you give me like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to look for another apartment. Tell me I must leave immediately. If I don't leave immediately, I must leave immediately. And okay, as I was saying, when that lady now came to me and told me that she paid £200, I was not like, really? That this person told me you are Scotsman. And I think that's why she cannot come out plain and tell me that, oh, we have to redivide this space and give this person our own space in the kitchen and in the freezer. That's why she cannot come out plain. And she cannot tell me to remove my things because this was the space she gave me. Nobody should in the first place use the space with me. Because I'm allowing you use it because I don't have anything to put today. Now that I have something to put today, you cannot tell me to remove my things because of you. Now she understands everything that has been going on. That no wonder anytime she talks, the lady will just shut up. That you're single now, what do you need? That it was from there she too has been suspecting that there is something going on. So she told me you are squatting. So me, I expect that if you are squatting, you should not be inconveniencing me. You should be using more of the things of the person you are staying with. Like that's the way I understand it to be. She now said yes, if she's actually squatting, that's how it's supposed to be. Not she having her own space or doing her own things, that she will speak to the lady about it. My business. So she spoke to the lady about. So the same day she spoke to the lady about was the same day the eater stuff came. The lady just came to meet me in the kitchen. Why are you gossiping about me in this house? People are gossiping. I was like, who is gossiping about me? Why did you go and tell her she's cutting? That was what you told me now. You told me she's cutting. Was that not what you told me? And did you tell me that you collected money from her? You did not tell me now. You're now making me that is using the medium room pay highest rent in this house. It's not nice now. And I don't even have an issue with that. It's your house, you can do it as you want. That's then, like I said, please move out of this house by next week. Like, madam, cannot move out by next week, except if you want me to go to the up to the street. That's why she doesn't care. She's a Nigerian or Igbo girl. She doesn't care. I can go and lodge in an hotel till I get an apartment. She doesn't care what about. Once my money expires, I should leave her house. And she never think. I just said okay. So she now told me to put the heater. That heater I must put it in the sitting room. So she now went to put on the central electricity, this electricity box. There's where you can switch off and on all the lights in the house. So she now went to switch it off. That if I don't put the heater in the sitting room, she will not switch it on and nobody will use light, won't be able to cook, charge or anything. And I said, okay, no problem. If that's what you want, I could just buy this heater. For peace to reign, normal. You cannot tell me to put something I bought with my money in the sitting room when you have one in your room. It's not done. I want to that if I'm going to put my own in the sitting room, you also put the heater in your room in the sitting room. Because you cannot be allowing me and my family sleep in cold. Why you are using the heater in your own room? It's not done. She now says she doesn't use it. How am I supposed to know you don't use it? I'm not in the room with you. I don't sleep with you. So for it to be fair, put your own heater to outside. I'm also paying bills. You're not the only one paying electricity and gas bills. We also pay. If you pay today, I pay tomorrow. You pay the next day, I pay the fourth day. And that's how we've been doing it. At some point, I even told you that let's bring £50, £50 each, and buy £100 worth of electricity. So it will last us for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks instead of buying £10 every day. That it's not tiring. She not said she has thought about it, but she cannot afford that £50. I said me too, I cannot afford it. But from my calculation, if you are doing £10 every day, in 5 times, within 5 times you have done within 2 weeks you have done it like 5 times. That's like £50. Just put the money together, buy what you want to buy, and forget about you know the way Igbo people are now. I'm sorry if you are Igbo, but people shall understand what I'm saying. So she said she can't afford it. I said, okay, no problem, we'll continue doing 10. I said, so you're not the only one paying bill in this house. I pay, I'm not owing bill, I'm not owing rent. That you're now telling me that I cannot that you cannot bring your own heater outside. I'm the one that must put my heater. And by the way, I cannot tell her what to do in her house. The one that now off me was like, I was like, I'm not telling you what to do in your house. We both stay in this house together and I'm paying rent. She now said, it is not my house. That you are, how did she say? Is your name, she just threw the question, is your name on the tenancy agreement? No, my name is on the tenancy agreement and I own this house and I can do whatever I want in this house. I was like, wow. So because your name is on the tenancy agreement, those of us staying together with you, paying rent with you, don't also have a say. She said, yes, we don't have a say. She's the owner of the house and she has all the say. I did not say anything because at this time my husband had gone to work and I didn't even want problems. I just left her alone. And I'll drop the text for my husband. So this is what has happened. Though. My husband said I should put the heater in the sitting room for peace to reign. I put the heater. And I told her I have put the heater in the sitting room. You too, you have to put your own. I don't even care what is going to happen at this point. You have to put your own in the sitting room because you cannot be putting us in cold while you are using heater with your children. I also have a child now. Your children are even older than my child. I also have a child now. You see the way she's coughing, she has cold, and you're telling me you will not put on the heater, you will not put on the light, and we must not use heater. Why do you have heater in your room? Is this not wickedness in the cold, in winter? Imagine. She now said there's nothing that will happen. Sasha left the heater there. At night, at night she didn't put on the heater. We slept in cold. The next day too, same thing. And my heater there outside. Me, I just went to bring the heater inside. I cannot continue like this. Anything that will happen should happen. So I think she went. It was now like in the ninth. What do you want? It was now like in the ninth. It was now in the ninth, and everywhere was too cold. No heater. So I now went to bring the heater inside. So I think she went to use the toilet. She now saw the heater was not there. She now, as at this time, my husband was already back from work. He came back at about 12:30 to 1 in the night. So I was like, saying to myself, this is what happened. I mean, I brought the heater inside because I was really cold. Jay is coughing and the lights. So we're still talking when she went. We just saw that all the lights in the house is off, like the central electricity. My husband, I went to switch it on back. So immediately she heard footsteps that somebody was going there. She came outside and said, if you switch on that light, I'm going to give you problem. That's how she spoke to my husband. I was like, what kind of problem will you give me? You must not switch on that light. I was like, why would you tell me not to switch on that? We're not paying bills together. You are paying bill and paying bill. It's not like you are the only one paying the bill. So you cannot tell me how to use the bill I am paying for. Anything you like, use your own light to do. This is what I like. I'm going to use my own light. I do the next thing. Oh, do you want to beat me? When I do you want to beat me? I ran out of the room, like, because I know my husband. He would never even come close to you. Someone that cannot even kill rats. This one that will not come close to you and tap you or anything. Immediately I came out of the house, I saw that there was distance between them. And I asked that, beat you as how? Did he touch you? Like, to be sure. Did he touch you? I said, oh, both of you want to connive and beat me in my house. She just started shouting. I was like, madam, calm down now. Why are you shouting? Nobody has touched you. Even me myself, I'm far from you. My husband is far from you. I think you want to beat you. I don't hear you. Say, no man, no man. If you're Nigeria already, you know they follow me, try this nonsense. You have been pushing me, and I've been keeping quiet. For what now? Say, because they person they find greener pasture. That's why you're just doing all this. She just went inside. In my mind, I told my husband that this inside that this girl went, she has gone to call police. Okay, I told her that. She was like, hey, I will show you Pepe. I will deal with it. And I told her bluntly, there is nothing you can do. The last thing you can do, last, now to call police for this country. What? Now to call police for this country, there is nothing you can do. And I told my husband that, look, this girl is going to call police. And I called my sister-in-law that midnight. This is what happened. This is what happened. Though. And I'm sensing this girl is going to call police. My sister-in-law said she cannot call police. Like, she know in Nigeria now when she's not stupid. Like this girl, with the way she has been talking, you're not on the tenancy agreement. I will show you I'm on the tenancy agreement. I'm the owner of this house. That you will know that she's up to something. So as at this time, we're already looking for apartment because the matter happened like 2 days before, and we're still dragging it. At 3:20 a.m., please ignore this girl. At 3:20 a.m., we just heard a knock on the door. Like, I didn't sleep deep because I'm this person. My instinct tells me, like, my instinct is really strong. once it start giving me sign like something like this will happen, I know it is going to happen. So I didn't sleep deep again after that matter. Immediately I heard a knock on the main door. I just woke my husband. Police is here. My husband said, "What do you mean?" I said, "There's a knock on the door." Sorry for the second break. So immediately I just woke my husband. The police is here. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Someone knocked on the door." I said, "How did you hear?" Because normally, if you knock on our main door, you will not hear because our room is upstairs at the back, so we don't hear from our room. But like my brain was not settled. I didn't sleep deep. So before I knew, I just heard her footsteps going down to open the door, and I just woke up. I started packing my bag. Then before we knew it, they had some conversation. We didn't hear what they were saying. Then we heard footsteps coming back upstairs. I told my husband the police is already coming here. Then they came to knock. My husband wanted to open the door. I said, "Wait, let me open." He said, "No, I should not worry." Our daughter was sleeping. So he opened the door and they came inside. Said when he saw that we're like a family with child, the police was shocked. It was not like we got a call, an allegation that you were aggressive on a lady and you tried to beat her. That's they faced my husband. And I said, "Beat how? Not possible. That is not true. That's not what happened." Police now said, "There's no problem. The instructions now is that we have to leave the house immediately, like with immediate effect, immediately." Then I was like, "This midnight." He now said yes. And I told him that, "But we paid for this house. You cannot just come and move us out at your own time." He now said yes, he knows we paid, but we don't have a written agreement to prove that we paid. So if we want to actually take this case further, like go to court, sue the lady, we have to get a legal solicitor and push the case forward. But for now, the only things the police can do, that since she said there's a threat on her life, people are on her property that are threatening our life, the only thing they can come here to do now is to move us out. I now explained what happened to the police. The policeman said he understands everything. That immediately he came in, he saw that we are a family. He saw that she's black and black, because this is a white police, and he came out plain. He said he saw that I'm black, that he has settled this type of cases a lot. That so he knows what has happened. That but this is the rule, and there's nothing he can do about it. That the only thing he can do is call social service because we have a child, so we don't go homeless and we can get a place to stay. That social service will provide a place to stay. When I heard social service, I was, I don't know, don't bother calling social service. Come back, Bomolo, maybe they call my picking. No, don't worry. We'll sort ourselves out. So they took our statements, they took our own statements, and they said we had to leave immediately. I said we cannot move all our things out now, that we don't have a place to go. Then I said no problem. We can leave our stuffs in the house for as long as we want until we get a place to stay. But we just have to, like, we cannot sleep in that house that night. So I called my friend that linked me up with her. That because I've been carrying my friend along since the matter of the Easter happened and said we should leave the house. Been carrying my friend along. Person introduced me to, she's already doing with you. So I just called my friend. I mean, my friend was like, What happened?" She explained. She said, So police now said, "Where are we going to sleep?" That because of that normally they're never supposed to carry us to where we are going to sleep. That but because of the child, so they called social service. I think it was already midnight. Social service didn't pick, and so they took our numbers, passport number, name, like all our details, and the hotel we went to that night. They took the details, and from then my friend came that night. Yes, my friend came that night. Immediately I called her, she left the house immediately and started coming, like in the midnight. Like, that girl, she tried for me. She came down midnight and like, why? She was now explaining to the police that no, that she now told the police that when you entered that room, was the heater on? Police said no, that room is too cold for a child. Like, he said that he knows that room is too cold for a child, but that's not why he is here. That since she was the one that called her, I didn't even we were the one that called to report first, it would have been a different judgment. But she called, and what she told the office was that her life is being threatened. Someone wants to beat her, wants to kill her, so they had to rush down here. And on getting here, like, they saw that there's no scar on her body, there's no like evidence that her life is actually threatened. That she just wants us to leave the house. That so that's why they will not take the matter further, but just we just have to leave the house immediately. So that's how we packed one or few things like clothes, mainly for my baby jacket. One, we just took one jacket and we left the house, and she was not even remorseful about it. So we started looking for apartments. Like we already started looking for apartments before then, because when lady said you need to leave my house, no problem, we'll leave. So we started looking for apartments before then. And about 2 weeks and a half, we're homeless. We're sleeping under the bridge in the UK. And don't mind me, we actually did not sleep under the bridge, but that's how it feels like when you're homeless. You don't have access to your own house, and it's not even like you had that plan. It's not like you did not have your own house, but life just happened, and the switch up was really, really, really fast. So in 2 weeks, we got an apartment. And when we wanted to go and move our things from the house, I told my husband, let's call police, because I asked police, when can we come and move our things? He said, as anytime we like, and we can even involve the police if we want, for police to be on ground so that there will be no he told us that English that disruption of peace are being come. Told my husband, my husband said, don't worry, let's not call the police, let's just go and move our things and leave. On getting there, she has moved my things out of the room. Like all our things. Like, now, you do not plan to move. So our things were not really arranged. Our clothes were not arranged. She arranged everything, put everything in one bag, just zip the bag and put all our things, bed, everything first that she was already using the room. So on getting there, I was like, why would you put all my things out? Okay, then when the matter happened, her husband was not around. Her husband had already gone back to Nigeria. So now our husband is back. So we met our husband, thinking the husband was going to be reasonable. Like, why would you put our things? I should have allowed us come and pack our things. Like, why would you like have access to my belongings, my things? If something gets missing, the next thing the husband said, you don't have a room in this house? Is this your house? Do you have a tenancy agreement? I'm like, oh, I thought you as the man is going to be reasonable than a lady. I just and they told the police that they were going to refund our money. Like we had 1 week more to use before our rent expired. So they said that 1 week rent they are going to refund it. So I'm getting the after moving our things. How far our 1 week rent? The other said we should go if we send it. He send it, okay. Go when? When will you send it? Like, okay, you've been proving like you can talk. Now it's time to pay the money you promised. You're saying you will send it. I'm a plastic surgeon in Nigeria. I have the money. I can afford the rent. I just don't want that to be lonely. That's why I said she should put somebody in the room. Just told my husband, whoa, just leave these people. They are broke people. They cannot afford the rent. That's why they're looking for someone to pay the rent on their behalf. They just want their name to be on the tenancy agreement. And that's just how all the story played out. And that was how a fellow Nigerian called the police at us, on us, at 3:20 a.m. and rendered us homeless. Welcome, Abby. Thanks for listening to my pep talk. Don't mind me. So like that's why sometimes I just post. I say this a lot. Nigerians are the problems of Nigerians, of other Nigerians in diaspora. Because if you see what Nigerians do to other Nigerians in this country, is 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 something else. Like really, like you see them being all nice to the white people, like trying to get the good side of them. Hello, hi, but with fellow black people, even at your place of work, fellow black people, they can be evil if you are not very very careful with them. Not even black people, Nigerians. They know, so you guys when I gotta be Ninja, they will victimize you. Like out of 100 Nigerians I have met, I'll just say 10% or 15% are like the nicest in this country. Like are very, very nice. Apart from people you know yourself from home. Like you get to a workplace. I'm a Nigerian, you're a Nigerian, we're working with the same agency, and the other Nigerian will just be giving you attitude. Like, why? And you are nice to the other white people that we are working here together. The other white people will be nice to you. But the fellow Nigerian that people are working together are supposed to relate, okay, let's do this, let's do this. Just them carrying face up like, why? You're a student, I'm a student, I'm supposed to relate, network, and I was like, so at some point I used to get pissed. I had these people doing like this. But later when I realized that that's their own way of life, that's how Nigerians want to be. So me too, if I see anybody, I go just carry eye. I will not even put eye on ground. I will not even smile like, what's up? How are you? Or anything. Except if I see that the person is warming up to me, then I will now give reply you back. But once I see that you have not warmed up to me, you are giving me, I beg, I don't want while I give. So yeah, that's how Nigerians are. So my only advice, like the reason why I'm doing this video is to make other people learn. When you want to get a shared apartment, please make sure the agent of the house knows you are also willing to stay. Don't do it in an illegal way. Like I did not even know what we did then was like. So it's not an illegal way. What there's a name they call it, co-tenant, co-letting. I cannot remember the name, but there's a name they call it here. So you should not do that. You should do the proper way of your name also on the tenancy agreement. So if anything comes up, it's the agent that will just come and settle the matter. Like the agent know, okay, this person is staying here. Like there, in fact, there is a way you can get apartment, like shared apartment legally, and the agent, if you have your own separate tenancy agreement, even if it's a shared apartment. So okay, maybe just watch out for my next video. I don't want this video to be too long. I'll be talking about how to get an apartment fast in the UK, because after I made this video of our house tour, our apartment tour, I've been getting a lot of DMs and questions. Please, how did you get the house? How come you got an house under 2 weeks? How did you do it? How did you find it? Where did you? So maybe in my next video, I'll be teaching, or let me use the word teaching. I'll be sharing ideas on how to get an apartment fast in the UK. So you don't stay long in Airbnb, or you can even get an apartment before you move to the UK. Like before getting to the UK, you can get an apartment down. So I'll be sharing those ideas with you. If you have watched to this part of the video, thank you so much for sticking with me and for listening to all the talks I had to say. So like that's the update of our life. Yeah, in the UK, and that's one of the Sheges we have seen, like premium Shege that we saw after moving to the UK as new immigrants. And I wasn't even surprised because before coming, people already told us, we'll make I know like you go see Shege your first 3 4 months. Premium Shege. So we're ready for the Shege. When it came, I was like, why are you crying? Because that night I was crying. I was like, why are you crying? They don't tell us we'll go see Shege before. So this is part of it. Life continues. We move. We move. They just took it from my brain. I'm like, they don't say we'll go see Shege before. So you can have grace and you will not see Shege. Oh, I'm not saying it's compulsory. Some people that came with plenty money, they know they see Shege. If they know see apartment, they go stay hotel, stay Airbnb. Not like me that I came with shishi to the UK. So guys, if you have watched to this part of this video, thanks for watching. We have long talk. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the video and subscribe to the channel, like this video. If you have a friend coming to the UK soon, you can share this video to them so they can learn from our experience and they will not make the same mistake we made. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.